Sick. Alright, so we gotta finish up Nightmare today, then moving into Hell, probably. I might end up having to respec. We'll see how things go. Alright. What up, dude?
Good afternoon.
How y'all doing today?
Afternoon.
Alright, we do it.
This is all hell.
Got him.
Let us begin.
Oh, you got the first. What up, Timmy?
Timber!
You miss being my Valentine already? You can still be my Valentine. I'm okay with that. I kept redoing the Countess in the tower for runes last night. Yep, I have done that many times in my life. I haven't really farmed too much on this character, but it might not be the worst idea, honestly. I do need to make a spirit still. I think after I finish Nightmare, I'll probably do some cows and some Countess.
I can't carry it.
Or I could just be lazy and go get a spirit off another character or something. But I don't know. I've been enjoying just farming.
Do you really believe you're
Remember when Mr. Pandaria had some weird-ass voice lines? Nope, not really. I don't really pay attention to him, though, so that's like a me thing. What up, Justin? I guess there's probably some voice lines from that game that stick with me, but Ooker and the Duker? I don't remember that at all. That seems like one that would stick with me, but I don't remember. What up, Joe? So guys, I did a thing last night, and I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. I don't know how you're gonna feel about it. I don't know how anybody's gonna feel about it. But I made a second Twitch channel, so when this stream's not live, it'll just like always be playing VODs and shit. Try it out, see how it goes. So if anybody gets real lonely and wants to hang out and watch me with possibly other people, you can do that. I know most of the appeal to Twitch streams is the live interaction, but what happened? I was talking about how last night I decided to set up a channel, a second channel, to where when this channel is not live, there's another one that's always live, just playing VODs over and over. Yeah, definitely not an original idea, but I figure why not? That way if people want to hang out, they can.
Moo.
Thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Then you raid yourself? Maybe. Like when I start this stream, I will definitely raid that channel here. I don't know if I'll go back the other way, maybe. I guess it depends. Can't find a 4-socket pole arm, you're so mad? Uh-oh. I might have some bases somewhere. I don't know. I don't remember what I have. Oh, my mercenary died. Whack.
possible.
What? Oh, what am I looking at? Oh.
Hello.
Pew, 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 pew.
I am.
You guys ever get that like just like tickle in your throat that you like just can't clear no matter how many times you try? It's been lingering since I was sick. It needs to just knock it off. Go away already. All the time. Like a dry spot? Kinda, yeah. Yeah, like I was sick for like a week, and then I feel mostly fine now, but that's still bugging me a little. All right, I took the waypoint. I need to take the waypoint back. Probably for different. Maybe. Called out. Is this DLC? Yes. Sure is. And it's pretty dang cool. Having new Diablo 2 content in 2026 was not on my bucket list. Or not on my... I guess not bucket list. Not on my... What's the word I want to use here, chat? Did not expect this year. But I'm thrilled that it is here. Bingo card. That's... Yeah. Good call. Not on my radar. That also works. I think bingo card works a little better, but they both, yeah. So chat, I do apologize though, because I am gonna have to abandon you again briefly next weekend for the wedding that I'm going to. But that'll be a great time to test out that second channel that I made. Does Switch also have this DLC? Yep. At least we know you're abandoning us? True. Yeah, I will be gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There's a chance that I do go live late Saturday when I get back. Maybe. Depending on how late my flight gets in. But it's pretty late, so I probably won't. You have the whole game except for the Warlock? So the Warlock pack does add a little bit of new stuff. New items, one new endgame boss, and a bunch of quality of life stuff. But yeah, you get most of it without it. But I cannot wait to find out if they're cooking even more stuff. And some people did do some data mining, and apparently there's like a bunch of new like cube recipes and things in the files that are currently inactive. So I don't know if that's stuff that they're just like they started to work on and didn't implement, or if that's stuff that's coming to the latter season, or if that's stuff that they're saving for like an actual expansion, or what that is. But like the hype levels are kind of off the charts lately. Like, I'm just picturing a world where every couple months, like now we're gonna have another ARPG to bounce between that is actually getting new content. So like D2, D3, D4, PoE1, PoE2, Last Epoch, No Rest for the Wicked. Like, holy moly. Holy moly. Is this my endgame build? I'm only in the end of Nightmare right now, so probably not. I do know that I'm gonna run into some issues when I get into Hell with the fire immunes, but we'll see how it goes. You don't have $700 for DLC. It's $700 in your area? Holy shit. Conversion rates are wild. Yeah, I could get a Sunder Charm. But I'm trying to play this mostly as if it's a fresh ladder start, so I'm not expecting that I'm going to get a Sunder Charm right away. Spirit got deleted from your druid? All you have is spirit from gear? Why did it get deleted? What up, nerdy dude? How you doing? Interested in the new Titan's Quest? Oh, absolutely. Titan's Quest 2 is sick. They just dropped their third, update, the third act, but I don't know if I'm gonna jump into that right away because, it looks pretty minor, but I am very excited for that game. How much was the new class? The new class plus all of the extra stuff that comes with it is $25 USD. Which, in my opinion, is an absolute steal. I was prepared to spend like 40. This is the new class, yep. Are those hard to find, Sunder Charms? They're kind of rare, yeah. Like, if you trade, they're not too bad. But if you play solo self-found, they're pretty rare. It's on Game Pass, true. Although, is the Reign of the Warlock on Game Pass or just base D2R? I'm not sure. Still upset with SmackDown, but other than that, you're good? Heck. You know what's really funny is I was playing this game back in 2006. You were excited for Diablo 3. Now in 2026, you're excited for Diablo 2. Yep, same. Yeah, I started playing Diablo 2 like a month or two before Lord of Destruction came out. So I was thrilled to find out, like, right after I learned about it, an expansion was coming out. I'm like, holy shit, even more content? Any Warlock tips? How are the new skills? So for leveling, it seems like you can really do like a lot of different builds. It seems like if you lean into Chaos, which is like the caster tree, if you go Ring of Fire, Flame Wave, Apocalypse, that seems pretty strong, like just a lot of AoE fire damage. Or a lot of people are also going Miasma Bolt, Miasma Chain, and then eventually into Abyss. That also seems strong. A lot of people are doing Echoing Strike builds, which is apparently, it's like a melee build. Like it's melee slash medium range, but it seems really strong. Like people are clearing like hell TZs with like no gear whatsoever. And then the demons, they seem cool. I think they're going to be better later in the game, but I'm not really sure. I haven't done a whole lot of experimentation with them. You have a demon build, anything to boost demonic quantity except skill GC and rune words with skills. So you can only get 3 demons total. From what I've heard, like there's no way to go beyond that, but it sounds like every like 10 levels or so you get 1 extra on the mastery. But I haven't messed with it too much, so I'm just basing that off of what I've heard. You missed the real minion Necro? Why do you miss it? It still exists. Didn't go away.
Can't carry anymore.
You're at 19 on Mastery. The Tainted are OP with 2+ due to Fireball cast and Fire Resist Aura. Gotcha. Thank you for answering all of our questions. A true ambassador? I mean, I try to answer as many questions as I can. I won't always have the best answers, but I can at least, like, even if I don't know the answer, I will at least do my best to try to guide you to where you can find the right answers. D2 Necro is much better than D4. I've never been a Necro guy in really any of the Diablo games, but out of all of them, the D2 Necro was my favorite. The one thing that I really hope we get to see on the skill tree rework for Necro in D4 is, like, I want a spell that turns one of, like Bone Splinters or something into something that acts like Teeth from Diablo 2, because that was always my favorite ability. I always liked Teeth Necros. I would also love to see like the poison and bone stuff come, like a poison nova necro come back. Every 10 levels you get an additional demon. Yeah. But I've heard that like even if you get like plus to skills, like a bunch of plus to skills, you cannot exceed 3. Like even if you have like plus 20 extra or whatever. I don't know that that's true, but it sounds accurate. Although that could always change too if people feel that they're underpowered or whatever. But yeah, I was talking about it a lot yesterday. The one thing that I'm more hopeful for than anything is like, if this sells well, there's a good chance we get an expansion, which would probably mean more new classes, but also new stuff for the existing classes, which would be huge. Like, imagine it does so well that they put out an expansion that adds a 4th tree to every class. That would be wild. If you respec for hell, what do you think the respec will be? I don't know. I've seen a lot of people doing the Echoing Strike build. So maybe that. But at the same time, do I want to do what everybody else is doing? I don't know. I saw one guy. He put out some YouTube videos that I thought were pretty cool. He was trying to do like off-meta builds. And he did one with the Rift rune word that was basically a Warlock casting Frozen Orbs. I'm like, that sounds fun. Did you find a 4-socket base? Or is that you in the future? Do it your own way? I've never been good at doing things my own way, because I'm not smart enough to come up with my own things, but maybe. You realize it's a pole arm and not a pole arm. Pardon? A spear, not a pole arm. Gotcha. That one makes more sense. Uh-oh. The Dutch is here. Can someone who doesn't own the expansion play with people who do? If the people that have it are playing on the Reign of the Warlock mode, like if they're playing a Warlock or using the new stuff, the new quality of life stuff, then no. It is considered like a separate expansion. Do you know if they're bringing the D2 stash system to D4? I don't know. I hope so, though. To my knowledge, they're not changing the stashes and stuff in D4, but it's possible they're saving that for a later reveal. Why is everyone playing D2? Because on Wednesday, they released the first major update in 25 years that added a brand new class and a bunch of new shit. It's a wild time we live in. I think also the amount of players will be important for Blizzard when it comes to future DLCs. Yep, for sure. For sure. But, like, right now, I mean, this game's doing better than Highguard, so... What? Big W on Diablo devs? Honestly. Like, I expected it to be cool, like, to be like a cool update, but I figured it would just be the quality of life stuff. I did not expect an actual new class. Poor Highguard never stood a chance. They really didn't. You have runes to make 3 insights? Hell yeah. Are you farming Countess, or did you just randomly get those, like, by chance, or did you copy stuff over? I guess you did say you copied stuff over. You love surprise stuff? Same. Like, really, the only criticism that I've seen about this is, like, people complaining that, A, the Warlock is a little overpowered, which, fair. That's how Blizzard's always going to release their new shit, because that's how you get people excited about it. And 2, that the $25 is a little steep for them. Which, I mean, you know, you gotta do what's right for your budget, but I think 25 is totally reasonable. Couldn't have said it any better, but you don't feel bad for Highguard. We had games like it before and they've all failed. It's not my genre. Copy stuff over, but you've gotten 3 soul runes running normal cows and no 4-socket pole arms. Gotcha. I haven't done cows yet. I should do cows. This build would probably cook the cows. some roast beef. Were you part of the test for the update? You're huge for Diablo. I see lots of your videos. So, I was able to test the Warlock for Diablo 4, but I knew nothing about the Diablo 2 stuff. Way too expensive? I don't know. That's like a single meal. You pay like 10 to 15? I don't know. I would have paid 25 just for the quality of life stuff without the new class. I think this is a steal of a deal. You think the price is high for how old the game is? I mean, if you consider the rate of inflation, like if you adjust back, it was basically a $10 DLC. If you like deflated it back to the 2001 price. No, you can't reveal much, but how is D4 Warlock? Prefer D2 or D4? It's cool. That's really all I can say. It's pretty damn cool. I think people are going to like it a lot. Can't wait to show you guys more stuff. I'm going to be making a video on it, but also I'm pretty sure once the embargo lifts on that and I can actually talk about it, I could probably just pull up the raw footage on stream and go through it and show you guys everything that I did. Is the new class fun? Good. It's really strong, and it's pretty fun to play. How can you get Sunder Charms? You're so confused. Sunder Charms only drop in Hell in terror zones from elite mobs. And they're rare. Most games nowadays are full of microtransactions. Yeah. This game has zero. Like, 0 monthly fees. 0 in-game cosmetics that you can buy. Like, all you have to pay is $25 one time, and it's yours forever. I don't know. They just look like Grand Charms. Yeah, they're a unique Grand Charm. They kind of look like Geed's Fortune. You love the changes coming to D4? Lots of hate. You enjoy D4? Yeah. I do have another video in the works that I'm very excited to put out. It's going to be about the Lord of Hatred itemization stuff. In Canada, it was 30, but worth it all this. Yeah, yeah. Use ice magic? This character doesn't have ice magic. Is this the original Diablo? This is Diablo 2 Resurrected with the Reign of the Warlock pack that just came out on Wednesday. Started playing D4 this week? Nice. I love D4. And I will definitely be playing when Season 12 starts. Man, now that D2 is on going on Season 13, and D4 is going on Season 12, that's going to be confusing to try to keep straight. Haven't played any of the new D4 expansions yet. I mean, there's only been one so far. The other one doesn't come out until the end of April. But it's pretty fun. The game keeps getting better and better, in my opinion. My only complaint about D4 is similar to D3. I feel like it's too fast to level, but a lot of people like that about it. So I'm not gonna, you know, hold that against them too much. You need to check out D4. You love D2 so much, hated D3. So what I'll say to that is, D4 brings the tone back to like the darker, grittier feel like Diablo 1 and 2. Not as much, but like more so than D3. D3 was very cartoony. But the gameplay does feel a little bit more like D3. But I feel like the gameplay in D3 was pretty solid. Maybe not at first, but eventually it got pretty good. Miasma chains are disgusting. That's what I've been hearing. You do like the game, you just got busy with a bunch of other games? Gotcha. Yeah, D3 was a good game. Like, I understand the people who didn't like it aesthetically. Like, it makes sense. It looked a lot more like World of Warcraft than it did Diablo. But I still think it was fun to play. Think you can get behind that based on how you just described it? Yeah, like, D4 is definitely not perfect. but it's gotten a lot better in more recent seasons. Like with the Chaos Armor in Season 10 and the Sanctification in Season 11, like we've seen that they've been learning like how to make good seasonal mechanics that aren't just borrowed powers every season. Because like that just slotting things into a board every single season to get our powers was getting so redundant. Do I ever play PoE? Oh yeah, I play PoE 1 and PoE 2. Not as deeply as I do Diablo, but I do play them every league. And I will be covering the 3.28 for PoE 1. I will be live streaming their stream, and then also when the season starts, I'll be diving into that. And then whenever 0.5 for PoE 2 comes out, I'm sure I'll play that as well. Very excited for that. For me, the biggest issue with Festival of Hatred story-wise is so short. It was kind of short. I'm hoping Lord of Hatred, not only do I hope it's a little longer, I really hope we get a way crazier cinematic. Like, I'm just picturing, like how we had that, like, epic, like, 8-minute long cinematic in the base campaign, and, like, we had this huge war between, like, Lilith and Inarius, and then, like, all the demons and all the shit. Like, imagine having one right after we kill Mephisto, and then having, like Bale and Diablo come back to Sanctuary and just like wreak havoc all over the world or whatever. I don't know. It could be crazy. Question about D2 ladders. Do they add new content or mechanics, or is it just a chance to restart the race to the max level? So, for the last several years, it's just been ladder resets. When D2R first came out, they were doing some new stuff, like they added terror zones and sunder charms and that kind of thing, and like new rune words here and there, but it's been a long time since we've gotten new season mechanics. But I'm hoping, now that the game is in active development again, that we're gonna start getting stuff. I don't know about this upcoming ladder season, though. When they put out the patch notes, there was nothing, but they also hadn't announced the expansion yet, so I'm not sure. There were a few new cube recipes that were data mined as currently inactive that could be enabled for the season, but they haven't announced anything officially yet. Hopefully we find out soon.
Good afternoon.
When you bought the DLC, the Pitch Black dungeon issue got fixed. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that is. Are there new rune words on single player offline? I assume that if you bought the DLC pack, there are. I don't know if they work on single player offline or not. I can't honestly answer that question. I don't have the answer for that. There's definitely new rune words, but I don't know if they apply non-ladder or offline. I pretty much exclusively play online, so it wasn't even something that I thought about. War Axe.
Can't carry anymore.
Still going? Saw you on early this morning. I wasn't on early this morning. I just got on half hour ago. I was on yesterday. When's D4 DLC coming out? April 28th.
Thank
Maybe saw one of my videos? I don't know. You just started with the Warlock. Is there a class-specific gear for the character? There's some. I know they added some unique books and stuff. There's also some new rune words and 2 new sets for the Warlock. There's like one leveling set and then one endgame set. But I think both of the sets are leaning towards the Eldritch tree.
You have thanked me.
Time for some Pindle.
This is a dismal place to abscond to.
Poignard. It'll be so much fun to play Warlock in D4 story. Yeah, I'm definitely playing the Warlock when the expansion goes live, and very excited about it. I definitely think, what level? 53. I definitely think the Warlock is going to be a lot of people's new main class.
Dismal place to abscond to. I can't carry anymore.
Think so too? Yeah. I think that for a little while, there's going to be a lack of necromancers.
Hello.
Not that it's, you know, like directly competing. They're very different. I was worried they were going to be very similar. They're very different, but I feel like the necro player is going to be the most likely to switch to the warlock as the main. No way, paladin all the way. Nice. Sticking with it. Has D2 always shown your skills and their bindings? No, that was added with D2R. When they also added the quick casting. Just some nice quality of life stuff. It's like Necro and Sorcerers combined, kinda. I've also heard a lot of people from the leaked footage. A lot of people have been comparing the Warlock to like a demonic version of the Witch Doctor.
Might be of help.
What game is this? Diablo 2: Reign of the Warlock. What up, De Niro? How you doing? Druid-based development character without any individuals. Mixed and transformed from all the characters and overpowered one just from... I'm sorry, what? Druid-based development character without any individuals. What are you saying? I'm confused. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
This is a dismal place to abscond to.
Oh, you're one of those? They killed the franchise by adding new content that people have been begging them to do for 25 years because we haven't gotten anything.
Hello.
Streamers ever get tired of constantly chasing whatever popular game is at the moment? I don't do that. I play Diablo games or ARPGs.
This is a dismal.
I mean, I play some other things, but mostly just ARPGs. New character, you only have old PC, but playing on GeForce Now for $9.99. Nice, nice. Does that run well? People so mad about streamers doing anything, right? Like, we can just exist. Fuck streamers! Bro. It's not that serious. Hope they continue with updates. Yeah. I mean, they've basically said, as like, if this pack does well, there's a good chance they're going to add new content. And I think it's going to do well. I mean, yeah, there's going to be the shitters, but...
Salutations.
Hell, I'm in Nightmare Act 5. Ayo! A tier 3? Holy moly. What did I do to deserve all that? I am so confused by some of these chat messages right now. No problem for you. You have a nice internet or you need to buy a new laptop, maybe 1200. Gotcha. Did you set your skills to instant cast by keys yet? You're struggling with that and potions? Some of them. So I like the ones that I use all the time. Like I put my sigil thing, one of these. I put it on my side mouse button, and I put on middle click my Nova thing, and then my waypoints, or my scroll of town portals. I put on T just because I'm used to that from Diablo 4. Why is everyone playing Diablo 2 lately? Because they just dropped a major update, basically a mini expansion with a brand new character. For the first time in 25 years. I have tried a little bit of demonology. I started with demons, with summons. But then I respec when I got into Nightmare, because I felt like I was struggling a little bit. I deserve the upgrade. I appreciate that. Did they remake it, or the graphics always that good? So like 4 or 5 years ago, they released Diablo 2 Resurrected, and it's always looked this good since then. But they definitely, yeah, it was a remaster. Which do you find better, fire or demonology? I'm liking the fire better now, but I think the demonology is probably going to be better in the end game, but I'm not really sure. We're still kind of just leveling through. Still don't like D2. can't help it, sadly. Is it just because it's an older game? Like, I feel like people who grew up with Diablo 2 just love it because it's like, it's part nostalgia, and it's what we know. But I do know that people who never played it when they were younger are definitely going to struggle with it more. What am I doing? I'm just running Pindleskin over and over because he's a super elite monster who has a chance to drop good shit, and he gives good experience, and he's like in a waypoint in town. For a long time, he was a notorious botting location, and I like to be my own Pindle bot. But I'm basically doing it just to get a couple quick levels because he gives really good experience and you can farm him over and over. What's my opinion on PoE 2? I love PoE 2. It's fantastic. I cannot wait for 0.5. What's my current level? 53. You have a question. Go for it. Played D2 when you were in 6th grade, playing D2R at 37. Yep. I started D2 when I was a senior in high school, and I'm now 42 years old. So, yeah, I've been playing a long time. I hate dermatologists? Wait, what? I earned your follow? Hell yeah. So D2, you were simply too young. That's fair. Yep. It's an old game. It's been 25 years. 26 years? Something like that. I look like 32. I appreciate it. Yeah, people always think I'm way younger than I am. Oh, immunifier. Get him. Get him, Durga. You're Pindle farming too? Nice. Is the Warlock worth the $25? You grew up playing Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction and you have D2R. So, I can't answer that for you. I can only answer it for myself. But for me, I would have paid the $25 just for the changes, like the quality of life changes, the stash tabs, the Colossal Ancients, all that stuff. Even without the class, I think it's worth it. But a lot of people think it's too pricey. So, you know, you got to do what's right for you. I don't know how much money you got. What's the best way to propose to your girlfriend? I'm 42 and single as fuck, so I got nothing. Only thing I could see getting nerfed for demo is Bind Demon, because being able to grab a Hell Hephaestus is kind of wild. Maybe. When you go to BlizzCon, can you ask a question to the D2 devs for you? Maybe. If it's asking for Barbs to get splash damage, I'm on it. 25 bucks is cheap as hell? That's what I feel like. Like, I feel like it's... They could have charged a lot more if they wanted to. Diablo 1 was scary. It really was. I hope that we get a faithful remaster of Diablo 1 that has, like, true horror vibes. That would be incredible. One of the greatest sentences ever said. What did I say? Shit. The first jump scare, fresh meat, yep. Depends. Do you like D2? Is it, do you like D2? It's the most nostalgic video game of your childhood? Yes, worth it? Yeah. Yep. It's the price of a meal. Yeah. I've been saying it's the price of a movie ticket and a bag of popcorn, right? You were going to say D2R bar buffs when? Yep. Yep. Self to level up the Binding Demon? Yeah. Yeah. PoE charges for stash tabs for reference. Yeah, exactly. Like, a lot of people are complaining that, like, PoE is free. And, but, yeah, but you have to buy all those extra stash tabs. The previous, like, this expansion alone gave us 2 new shared stash tabs and then 3 stackable currency tabs. Based on PoE prices, I think that's what, like 44666 or something? So, ooh. 18, 22, like 20, 26, $28, something like that. So it's like probably one of the coolest streamers you come across. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. D2 over PoE every time. Like, I love both games. I think they're both great. I love D2. I love D4. I love PoE 1, PoE 2. I like D3. D3, I spent so much time in that game. I still feel like they made it to where it's too fast to level, but I still have fun with it every time that they put out a new season. PoE skill tree is overwhelming. The thing about the PoE skill tree is it can be overwhelming if you let it be, but if you just look at it one little chunk at a time, it's not too bad. Like, at least while you're figuring stuff out. D2 stash tab rework was not on your 2026 bingo card? Exactly. Can you as a Diablo partner ask the devs to bring back Winter's Blight? Was that the one with the Krampus dude? The red-hooded, red-cloaked horror or whatever? D2 versus D3 versus D4? What I always say to that is, like, if you're looking to play a game for a weekend, play Diablo 3. If you're looking to play a game for a week or two, play Diablo 4. If you're looking to play a Diablo game forever, play D2. But I think all the games are good, and you can play them as long as you want. But I feel like this one has more longevity to it, just because like the itemization, it gives you so much dopamine. At least once you know what's good and stuff. Does Warlock seem OP? It's definitely a little OP. I do think it'll be scaled down a little bit eventually. Do I play D4? Yeah. Oh yeah. D4. I would still consider D4 my main game currently, but if D2 does keep getting updates now, that might change, because I love D2, but I do love D4. You got a 4GA and Torment 1 and nothing since? Oh, you used up all your luck early? Dang. They need to remake D1 in the same graphics as D2R? That would be sick. I would prefer if it was a little darker than, like suck in the light radius to where like you're only seeing like a little bit. Maybe you can get some more over time, but yeah. Like, D1 that looked like this would be sick. You've been loving the Pally in D4? Brought me back to the game again? Yeah, Pally's sick. I can't wait for you guys to see the Warlock class. I mean, I guess you could have already if you watched the leaked footage, but the floodgates are going to be opening on March 6th for when they do that live stream. I don't know when I can release my footage yet, but it's probably around there. I play any RTS games? I played a little bit of StarCraft 2. StarCraft 1 and 2. But barely. Well, the first RTS game that I ever played, I was in 7th grade, and I walked into my computer class, and my teacher was playing a game between classes called Crush, Kill, and Destroy, KKND. And it was the first time I ever saw an RTS game, and I was watching him play it, and I'm like, that's cool! And I went home and asked my parents, hey, can I go get this game? And I remember playing the shit out of that, but it was probably terrible looking back. There are very few games you can sell items for money for 20 years. That alone puts D2... True. I don't encourage real money trading, but it is a thing. I might have done a little bit of that back in college to pay my for my beer money. I might have bought it and sold items, but you know, that's a long time ago. You prefer D4 in a Warhammer art style? So I'm not super familiar with Warhammer. The way you could kind of multi-class on D1? True. That would be cool. What's the Floodgates? Is that more D2 content? So no, the Floodgates, they're going to be doing a deep dive on the Warlock class for Diablo 4 on March 5th. So we're going to be able to see a lot of footage of the Warlock, get more information about it. You know KKND? Oh shit. Oh shit. StarCraft 2 is horrible for your fingers. Problems with mine in the mid-20s. Oh damn. You did farm Hephasto or whatever his name is for the Bind Demon and Amp Curse of Fanaticism Aura. Nice. Friendly Fire on D1. Did it have Friendly Fire? I never played it multiplayer. But yeah, a D1 remaster would go hard, especially if they really leaned into the horror vibes of it. Like if we ever get a D1 remake, every Halloween I will stream that game. That'll be my horror game for the year. D2JSP is fine. You can literally trade with 0 4 on gold. Yeah, so I was a member of D2JSP before it became the trading community that it is now, back when it was its original purpose, which was Diablo 2 JavaScript parser. It was much, much different. The storytelling was the best. Have you seen someone playing the Miasma Chains? Yes. I saw some videos of it. It looks pretty cool. I want to say Macrobio Boy was playing it. I think. Jaguar should be a billionaire by now? Jaguar. Who? Oh, is that the D2JSP guy? Basically a lightning rod, you can run around fucking everything up. Oh yeah, yeah. We need Psychosa in D2? I know she bought it. I don't know if she plans on streaming it or not. Heard anything on Titan Quest 2? They just released their 3rd act. I love the first 2 acts, but I don't know if I'm going to play the 3rd act yet, or if I'm going to wait until there's more content, because it looks like it's kind of minor. But I love that game. I think it has a ton of potential. But yeah, they just had an update, I want to say on Wednesday, which was the same day that this came out. still haven't used any of my socket quests. You played the OG Titan Quest? So I did recently start playing, like, what, 5-6 months ago? I played the original Titan's Quest, and I got further than I thought I would. I was actually really enjoying it. Like, a lot of people were always telling me I have to try Grim Dawn and Titan Quest. And I tried both of them, and I expected to like Grim Dawn more because it's more modern. But I think I actually like Titan Quest better. They're gonna have to nerf the Warlock. I think they will get like minor nerfs, but I don't know how soon. I don't know if they'll do it for this upcoming ladder season or if they'll wait until after this season. Grim Dawn's so good. I liked Grim Dawn a lot, but the issue that I kept running into is just like it was hard to figure out based on the quest text and stuff where to go next, and I kept getting lost. But that's probably a me thing. Haven't played Titan Quest 1 yet. Is it good? It is good. I played the Anniversary Edition, so it was a little bit remastered. It was good, but it does feel very old. Like, it feels older than Diablo 2 does. Even though they came out around the same time. But I did enjoy it a lot. Think you're actually going to beat D2R Hell mode solo? Do it. Hell yeah. Doesn't help that Grim Dawn gives you quests for like 5 zones in the future. True, true. Like, I definitely, like, when the expansion comes out, I definitely want to go back and give it another chance. Like, I did enjoy it, but I don't know. Maybe I'll have to like follow like a walkthrough or something. D2 looking cleaner now too. Was there another update to how it plays? Nope. It still plays how it's always played. It does run at like higher frame rates in D2R, but like everything else is pretty much the same. Like this new class, some of the abilities do have like more of like a modern look to them, but no, it still feels pretty much like it used to. Looks very clean. Maybe it's my CPU. I mean, I do have a beefy PC. Uh-oh. You've never been past Act 2 in D2R Hell mode? You'll get there. I will say, this is the most fun I've had in D2R in quite some time. Like, I love this game. I've always loved this game. I always have a good time when I play it. But just, like, having new shit is just so exciting. And I haven't even gotten to, like, the new, like, endgame changes yet. What's the BP for what look like? I don't think that's a spell. If it is, I haven't seen that one yet. Ayo, he's streaking. You know what class you always play? True. I mean, barbs can be fine. They can be good. I'm trying to figure out what spell you were referring to. Can you explain the capabilities of items in D2R versus D3? You're an expert in D3, but you feel like D2R gets insane possible items that can feel uniquest. I'm not really sure how to go about answering that question. What am I running equipment-wise? So I have a lore, a stealth, a leaf, and a rhyme. Those are my rune words. I have Eye of Etlich, Chance Guards, 2 Nagel Rings, a Night Smoke, and some Inferno Strides. I feel like Blizzard's trying to get... Yeah. What I've been saying recently is it feels like ever since Joanna Faries took over as, like, their CEO, it feels like they've been healing as a company. Like, they just had so much toxicity in that place, and it feels like they're finally healing again.
No.
Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. And, like, as a Blizzard fan for 25 years or whatever, like, that's exciting. That's really exciting. I guess... What was the first Blizzard game I played? It probably was Diablo 2, honestly. You're asking about exactly how the rune stuff can work, because it feels like you can combine very much and make very unique items instead of D3 basically all the same. Yeah, so if you're referring to rune words are cool because it basically lets you create your own, essentially a unique item based on whatever base item you want. So, like, I can make this rune word in a level 5 staff, or I can make it in a level 90 staff based on, like, because they can roll, like, plus to different stats and stuff. So if you want to get, like, a better version later, you can. They can have higher damage. They can get better rolls, that kind of thing. She's going to bring back Heroes of the Storm, maybe. I mean, Heroes of the Storm is a weird one because they announced that they were basically shutting it down, and then they kept putting out patches. I was so confused. Yeah, rune words are cool, but there are some rune words that a lot of people feel are a little overpowered to where it makes a lot of uniques and sets basically garbage. But if we do get more content added on, maybe they'll work on adjusting that and adding more uniques that are actually good and more sets that are actually good. I don't know. Alright, Frozen Tundra. You don't know why Microsoft dropped $70 billion on Blizzard and wouldn't at least try with Heroes of the Storm? I mean, like I said, they are still putting out little updates here and there. I feel like it probably just wasn't that popular. Like, I mean, they spent 6 years on their survival game and then shut it down out of nowhere. Which that was a huge blow to me because I was so excited for that game. Pentagram that lights on fire is going to go crazy in D4. So, I will say, the Warlock in D2 is not the Warlock in D4. They're the same class by name, but they are very different. And I can't say much more than that, but March 5th, it's going to be exciting. Like, so the way that they've been describing it is that they added the Warlock in all 3 games to show the progression of the character. This is the Warlock just getting started. Meowdy, what up, Quiggles? Summons and alternative teleporting is really good. You'd love to see that You're more pumped now? I mean, there's leaked footage out there because IGN accidentally leaked it. Accidentally. So if you want to see what it looks like, it's out there. But if you want deeper dives, they're doing a big live stream on the 5th, and I'm sure they're going to show off a lot. They said be excited for February 2, and you got in D3. D3 is farts. All I got in D3 is farts. Oh, true. So my thinking towards that is like they only have so much manpower, so they picked the games that, you know, like got the most love that haven't had updates in a long time with D2, but I could definitely see them still doing a D1 and or D3 update at some point. I would love to see a D3 remaster. Ideally, a D3 remaster that, like, it focuses on the stuff that made D3 good, but redoes the art style to feel more like a Diablo game, I think would be incredible. D4 Warlock, you know, is about to be crazy.
Yep.
Are the summons good on Warlock? You can't afford the DLC yet, but it looks good. So I haven't done too much with them yet, but from what I've heard, they're pretty good. They're pretty powerful. We're all going back to Immortal. I do play Immortal every once in a while on stream, like for like a day, but I never really stick with it anymore. This is a showcase that Blizzard is investing in the Diablo brand. Yeah, absolutely. Like, it is a really good time to be a Diablo fan. You got hyped for wrong like that? Oh, yeah, yeah. So, when they did announce that they were doing updates for the Diablo games, they did specifically call out D4, Immortal, and D2. I was hoping that we'd get something small for D1 and 3, but I think maybe at BlizzCon? Maybe? It'll probably be a month before you can get it. You're trying to figure out, do you really need an insight if you're not dealing with mana issues? Not really, no. Did they drop a new resurrected content? Yes, on Wednesday they did the first major update in 25 years. Actually, hold on, I missed a message from Chad. Did you see the new Castlevania game coming out? I did see that. It looks pretty cool. I haven't played a Castlevania game since, like, Super Castlevania. Is that what it was called? The one on Super Nintendo? I don't know. But it did look pretty sick. But yeah, so on Wednesday they announced the Reign of the Warlock update, which is pretty crazy. It comes with the Warlock class. We also get new shared pages. So we get 5 pages now. A stackable gems tab, a stackable materials tab, stackable runes tab. Comes with an in-game loot filter that you can customize however you want to. An in-game chronicle, which is your holy grail mode, that also has built-in rewards. So if you get every unique in the game, you get a backlight effect. If you get every set item in the game, you get footsteps. If you craft every possible rune word, you get a town portal effect. Like, a lot of cool shit. Another day missing out on D2. Oh no. D3 didn't do anything good. There's a reason lead director on the game is a ghost. So Diablo 3 at launch, I agree with you. It was a huge misstep. Like, I still enjoyed it. I had fun with it, but like, everybody felt like this is not a Diablo game. But I do feel like when Reaper of Souls came out and Josh Mosquera took over, he did a lot to salvage that game. Visually and stuff, it still didn't feel like a Diablo game, but it did introduce some cool stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I still have fun playing it, but it feels more like a Torchlight game than it does like a Diablo game, just like aesthetically. You play the shit out of D1 remake or remaster? Same. Your hopes don't go up a second time to be shattered again. You're just going to enjoy D4. I think that's the safe bet. Just set your expectations low, and if they surprise you, cool. Multiple Diablos, PoE, Last Epoch, Titan Quest 2, Grim Dawn expansion, Crystal Fall, too much RPG. Yep, there's a lot. What's my thoughts on the new unique ring? The one that gives you town portal? I think it's cool. I haven't seen one yet, but it's fun. It's quirky. Little Doctor Strange action. For you, Diablo 3 is way better than Immortal. I would agree with that. But mostly just because of the egregious microtransactions in that game. Greater Rifts were a good idea. That's about it. Greater Rifts were fine. I did like the way that D3 handled their seasonal mechanics towards the end. I mean, that's where Diablo 4's seasons were influenced from. The Altar of Rites was really cool. Your birthday will be awesome because you'll be able to watch you play WoW midnight early. Nice. It's a shame the D2 Immortal and D4 all get different evolved Warlock, but they neglected D3. Hopefully at BlizzCon, D3 will get some lovin'. I hope the D3 does get something at some point. I don't know if it'll be BlizzCon, but hopefully eventually. Like, according to an article that just came out, I don't know if it was an article or an interview or what, but they basically said both Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 still had millions of active players, which is wild. You'll never accept Immortal in the series, though? That's fair. I mean, I think that's why they didn't give it a number. That's why it's Immortal and not Diablo 3.5 or whatever. Like, I think that there is a good game in there, but the microtransactions ruined it. You still remember the comment from Immortal? Is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke? Yep. Don't you guys have phones? Or was it, do you guys not have phones? I don't remember what they said, but it was for China and money, so that should have stayed there. Yeah. Can I do a cow run? After I kill Bale, I'll do some cows. You can have a lot of fun in Immortal without paying any money. You're not going to complain about free content. That's how I do feel about it. Like, when it first came out, I had a lot of fun with Immortal. But I don't really like I don't like making content around it too much, just because of how egregious the monetization is in it. Not even for myself so much, I just get so many shitters in chat. Why do you support this company? Why do you play this game? It's like, it's not even worth dealing with it.
I am overburdened.
Bow, 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 bow. Alright. Ancient's Way. The story in D3 was fantastic, so much so that it left fans wondering what the hell was going on with D4's story, because we're thrown into Lilith and Inarius, and they left a lot of questions. Yeah, so I'm not a big story guy. I didn't mind the little bit that I did get out of it, although I still question killing Deckard Cain via Butterfly. Why do people care what you do with your money? I mean, I wasn't even spending my money, I was just playing the game. And they were like, why are you supporting them by playing this game? And yeah, I don't know. Wish they made games with these graphics. Yeah, we were just talking about how we would love to see a Diablo 1 remake with these graphics. Never read the story in D4, you just ran through. I have a really hard time absorbing story through video games. I always have. I do want to try, before Lord of Hatred comes out, to play through the campaign again and try to pay attention to the story. We'll see how that goes, because I tried that once before and I didn't make it very far, but... Warlock looks sick. Can't wait to see what D4 Warlock looks like. Or is like. Yeah. Yeah. I was saying earlier, like, the idea behind it is that they wanted to show progression of the Warlock. And this version of the Warlock is when the Warlock is first getting started. Versus the D4 Warlock, which is like 100 years later. You're going to see some crazy shit. Yeah, as someone who did play the Warlock, it's nuts. It was fun. And I cannot wait to share my footage with you guys. Stupid embargo. By that logic, we will have all classes in D4. It could happen eventually. Like, I do think we're going to get multiple expansions still. What do you mean you played Warlock? I was invited to Blizzard headquarters back in January, and they let me play it for a couple hours, record footage, and talk to the devs and ask questions and stuff. Have I already tried the new bosses? In this game or in D4? I guess the answer to both of those is no. Isn't Bard the only class that hasn't had drastic changes game to game? Pretty much. Like, the Sorceress was, like... similar in probably, like, I mean, we had what? Was it the Wizard or the Sork in Diablo 1? I don't even remember. But the Sork was similar in D2 and D4, kind of. Like the same, like, like root, but, yeah, the Bard was the only one that's like, been, like, mostly consistent, although none of the classes have been in every game. Am I allowed to talk about it? Not yet. I will be gushing as soon as I can talk about it, but we don't even know what date we can talk about it yet. They haven't given us an official date yet. See, the Blizzard casually announced with the Mephisto update they get rid of passives. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The skill trees are going to be very different. In this game, you saw that this DLC also had, yeah, it added one new boss, the Colossal Ancients. But no, I have not fought them yet. They're only in Hell, and I'm still only in Nightmare. The Barb is not in D1, it was the Warrior. Basically the same. Unless you're counting the unofficial DLC. The non-canon DLC. Because that was made by Sierra. Although I think they did canonize it, so I'll give it to you. Bring back the D1 Bard? Hell yeah. I would play the shit out of a Bard. When I played Lost Ark, I played Bard. No, Sierra with an S. Is that Genshin Impact? Yes. Yep. Sure is. I always feel bad for you D4 partners because you guys provide feedback and somebody in the community is like, who asked for this? Yeah. I did, bitch. No, but like honestly, I do not what's the word I'm looking for here? I do not envy the devs because like the amount of feedback that they get in every direction, like it's got to be impossible deciding what to do. Cuz like you have half the audience screaming it's too hard and half the audience screaming it's too easy. It's like half the people want things to be faster, half the people want things to be slower. Do I play hardcore in Diablo? I play hardcore occasionally. I would say I play softcore like 80% of the time, hardcore like 20%, but I do enjoy both. How come your movement looks smooth? Yours feels clunky? I have a really good PC. That's really the only thing I can think of. Becoming so tough to decide where to spend time, ladder or non-ladder with new Warlock PoE2 is still raw. Still raw? It does need some more cooking, doesn't it? Give me clan changes? Yeah, seriously. Clan UI changes in D4 definitely needs work. Apparently, back in the day, they actually had like a clan housing planned for Diablo 2. And there's like images online of what it looked like, and you could actually like customize like a clan house. That's crazy. Have you already tried some D2 mods? Or are you not into that? I played quite a bit of PD2. I never got super deep into it, but like I play it every couple seasons and I really enjoy what's there. I do want to get more invested in it someday. I'm curious if they're going to try to add a Warlock. It worries me a bit when nobody in the world can solo a 150 pit and everyone's complaining about the game being too easy, but 99% of them will only play the strongest S tier builds every season. That's fair. I feel like just progressing feels too easy, like through the campaign or whatever. Like when I'm leveling 1 to 60, I never feel like I'm at risk of death ever. I would like to actually have feel some pushback while I'm leveling. You're supposed to sleep 2 hours ago, but fuck it, you're playing? Hell yeah. Do it. But I do like how, like, they're talking about, like, the war plans and stuff. It's letting us modify the activities that we're going to be interacting with in Diablo 4. And it seems like that's going to be mostly an endgame system. But, like, I know that they really like the way that the profane mind cages felt. And the way that it basically lets you control your own difficulty. And then they added the difficulty tiers while you're leveling and stuff. And, like, I feel like they just need to find a little bit better balance between that. Because, like, when you're too early, it's going to be really, really hard to push too high. But, like, I don't know. I don't know where my brain's going with that, but like I feel like there's just a little bit of tweaking they could get it feeling a little better. Anyways, also they did confirm that they are adding more torment tiers, so hopefully that helps. They did say tiers very specifically. We publicly don't know how many that is. Ancients time. Anyways. Have I tried PoE 2? Absolutely. I love it. It's really good. Can't wait for 0.5. I'm definitely more into Diablo games. I do enjoy the simplicity of them, but I do like the depth of PoE also. I feel like Diablo has like... I still enjoy the moment-to-moment combat of D4 better than PoE. Are these all fire immune? Well... Am I on the purple app? I am. If you check my link in my bio, I have links to all of my places. I'm also on the red app. Take your pick. Right now, you can pretty much blast up to pit 100 in D2 in 2 days. Yeah, absolutely. Like, Diablo 2, or sorry, Diablo 4. What up, Mendez? I feel like it's really, really fun at the start of a new season for a week or two. And then it's like, okay, like I can still play it. I can make alts. I can find things to do, but I don't feel like it's like meaningful. I would love for it to become a game where I can play from the start of the season until the end of the season and feel like I'm still making progress. Personally feel like bringing back the capstone dungeons was a good idea. I love that they brought back the capstone dungeons, although I don't feel like the new ones are as good as the originals. And I also feel like they seemed too easy. If you do them a little under level, then I feel like they're like they feel okay. But like by the time you're actually getting around to doing them, I feel like you usually just blast through it. Don't they each get a random immunity beyond normal? They do, yeah. D2 drop engine is unmatched, and that's what keeps me... Yeah, the itemization is great in this game, and like the drop rates and stuff on stuff I really do appreciate. Like the dopamine of this game is beyond any other ARPG in my opinion. What level? I am 55. Started a week ago, killed 2 paladins in hardcore, and now I'm on my third. You run pit 120 on day 3. Yep. Like, I love D4, but I definitely think that, you know, it still has room to improve. I think most games have room to improve. But I am very, very excited about the changes that are coming with Lord of Hatred. And I'm very excited about the new video that I'm working on. I'm hoping to get that recorded and out by Tuesday at the latest. I've been working on my script. You wish D4 had more spells. PoE 2 is so satisfying for the eyes, so much build diversity. I will say that the skill tree rework should help with that a little bit. I don't think it's ever going to be as deep as PoE is with the skill trees, but I think it's going to help a lot. I'm excited to see more with the talisman. because that could add more variety. We don't know exactly how that's going to work yet. We've only seen like one set. Echoing Strike plus Synergies plus 1 Demon Tree to bind. Try an FCV Insight. Phoenix Shield. Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, I think Lord of Hatred is going to do a lot for the game. D4 expansion is looking so good. It really is. And also, they haven't even shown us fishing yet. That's the highlight of the expansion, right? Dang it. Immune to fire again. Reset. I want to get it to where only one of them is fire immune. You want to play Harvest Moon in Diablo, right? Like, fishing is going to be a meme for sure, but I still think it'll be funny and like fun. They like originally when they were asking if people wanted it, they said it would just be a collector feature, like it's not required for anything. So I think I don't know, just could be silly, could be fun, just to mess with. For this new character site, it's pretty good. Any idea of future D4 class in April DLC? So in April, we are getting the Warlock. People are saying Warlock can revive a shaman in Act 1 and they'll revive like 6 goblins and also your pets and keep reviving. Oh, Rakinishu probably? That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Alright, so we kicked their ass. In April, why in quotes? We're getting the the Warlock in April. That's accurate. The very end of April, but can you do a quick gear and skill overview for my Warlock? Sure. So I am using a lore helmet. Is it public or just a guess? No, they've officially announced the Warlock. They did a big event this past Wednesday and they officially announced it. The Warlock came out in Diablo 2, Diablo Immortal, it came out in Diablo 2 on Wednesday. It will be coming out in April on Diablo 4 and I think this summer in Diablo Immortal. Have I tried Eldritch? Not really, not yet. So many D2 noobs will be flooding in. If you know, you know. Reviving a shaman will only make sense if you get their summon skill with it. Yeah. You still need an Ort. I guess we'll be beta testing Warlock in D4 starting March 5th. We won't be playing Warlock March 5th. That's when the developers are doing their deep dive. Rax was raging real hard over this game, refusing to re-roll and reset, blaming Blizz for making the game where enemies should never be unkillable. Has he never played D2 before? No, I know he has. He knows how resistances work. I think he's just in this Diablo hating phase of his career. I don't know. Yeah, he's definitely more of a D3 guy for sure, but he just hates everything Blizzard's doing lately. Gives me Demon Hunter vibes. Interesting. I guess I can't say everything Blizzard's doing because he's been playing a lot of WoW lately. Udijo was streaming D2 and D2 people were backseating him. It was kind of funny. Like, do you know who this is? Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much Woody's played D2. I assume quite a bit, but I know he was... I knew him from D2 and D3 more so. Or, sorry, D3 and D4. How can you hate D2? It's so amazing. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you don't have the nostalgia for it, if you didn't grow up with it, like, it is an older game, so it could be harder to get into now, but... hating on it's weird. Woody definitely knows D2. I figured. I just gotta say, I kicked his ass in bowling. No offense towards the D4 build crafters, but you feel like their work is not helping D4 as a game because everyone just runs the strongest builds. Meanwhile, in D2, you have to come up with your own build. I mean, there's tons of meta builds for D2 also. It's really the same. It's always been the same for ARPGs. There's been meta builds since 2000. You need to get a Hell and Shale. Do it. Oh, my bad. Oh, that's right. I was going to go through my gear. Sorry. So I have a lore helmet. I have a stealth armor. I have a night smoke belt. I have a leaf staff. I have a rhyme shield. Chance guards. 2 Nagel rings. Some Inferno strides. Bunch of random garbage charms. My mercenary has Blackhorn's face, an insight, and a polearm, and just some random yellow piece of trash. And so I have 5 points in my Esma Bolt because I needed that just to get going. I put 1 in each of these. I accidentally put 1 in here. Just ignore that. And then I'm just maxing out these guys. And that's it. Or new skill system testing. There's something to do in 6 weeks short season in D4 for sure. So we know that based on the reliquary, we're probably getting season 12 on March 10th. We already had the PTR for that. And on March 5th, we're getting a Warlock deep dive. That's going to be a live stream where they're showing off the Warlock. And then we're getting the expansion late April. But as far as playing the expansion, I don't expect there to be any public play tests. But I could be wrong. Your Merc is dead? Yeah, no, but I meant it more like back in the early days of the internet. Gotcha. Like where it wasn't as prevalent. I mean, that's fair. The Grim Reaper? Hell yeah. You got an Andy's Visage to drop from Pindle? Hell yeah, Andy's Visage is a good drop. That's a good one. I was thinking if they add an Act 6, who would be the boss? That is a great question. That is a great question. I don't know. The Butcher? He's not in Diablo 2. Rax? Gonna try and bring in Belial? They could. I mean, the Butcher was the boss in Act 1 of Diablo 3, so it would kind of make sense to have him be the end boss in Diablo 2. I don't know. Make Kadala the Act boss? Wait, can we bring Leah into Diablo 2 and make her the end boss so we can kill her? Oh, wait. That wouldn't make any sense. Wouldn't she be... Yeah, she would be a child. And then she wouldn't be around in Diablo 3, so that wouldn't make any sense. But wait, then they'd have to retcon Diablo 3, and then they could give us a real Diablo 3 based on the original designs. Oh.
Thanks.
The Fall of Anarius? Maybe? Yeah, I don't know what they would do. Whoops. Just got a rare book for the Warlock while playing Barb. Nice. Entire D3 and D4 using D2R mechanics and assets. That'd be wild. You just want to get to Canyon Waypoint before your shitty internet kicks you? Oh no. I've definitely had those days where my internet has been unstable or whatever. I'm just like hoping to get anything accomplished. Howdy! What up, Maddie? How you doing? Did you come here for kisses? Mwah! What?
How may I be of help?
Riz is in a weird mood today. Don't mind me. You'll take today's internet hiccups over trying to play on dial-up? Seriously. Man, the good old days of like hearing that screechy sound every time you connected. As a kid, I used to dance to that shit. I was always in my chair like doing one of these. Okay. You don't like this new character? Really? You don't like the Warlock? What don't you like about it? D2R taught you to always check for the waypoint. Yep, that's what I'm doing. What do you do after beating the game? Did you just beat it on normal? Because then you can replay the campaign on Nightmare in Hell if you want to. And when you get into Hell, it opens up some more stuff. Like Uber bosses and things. And terror zones. I guess you can do terror zones on any difficulty after you finish Bale. Done farming Pindle? Nice. Isn't the Butcher in D4 the blacksmith where you get Charcy Hammer to imbue things? So the Charcy Hammer comes from the Smith in Diablo 2. He's like the Butcher. He's like Diablo 2's version of the Butcher. But that's what I'm thinking. They could add an actual Butcher if they wanted to, because he wasn't in D2. But yeah, like the end game is basically you can kill Ubers, you can do magic find runs, you can do PvP if you're into that. Just really depends what you're looking to do in it. Gonna make that one person that was simping on you real hard from TikTok jealous? Oh, that's okay. I got love. I got enough love for everybody. Anyways. Really excited for the Stalking Butcher? Yeah. Season 12 should be fun. Like, when they first announced it, I'm like, okay, this is just going to be a really short throwaway season. But then once people realized that you can get into the season ranks page with the controller and started looking into that, I'm like, that sounds kind of hype. And the fact that they're funneling people into the PvP zones for objectives is going to get spicy. The Butcher can't be an act boss. He's supposed to be a lesser demon compared to the Primevals. He was an act boss in Diablo 3. He was the Act 1 act boss. D3 doesn't exist? I mean... I hear what you're saying. Leoric was the real act boss, Blizzard was wrong. Yeah, they should have flip-flopped them. I know when they first released like the demo version of Diablo 3, and like all you could play to was the Skeleton King. And I felt like that was a better ending for Act 1. Even in D3 Act 1, he was kind of a random as an act boss. He was. But I'm just like, who else would they do? I don't know. Maybe it's just a gauntlet of Mephisto, Diablo, and Bale. Bow, 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 bow. Belial, Asmodan, and Diablo all made sense? Yeah. I mean, Lilith is in Diablo 2 as like one of the Uber bosses, right? Like the mini Ubers. Maybe they could bring her back and make her be an act boss. That would make more sense, I guess. Yeah, not reskinned Andariel, right? I was kind of surprised that when Resurrected came out and then Diablo 4 came out that they didn't like change the model in D2R to look more like D4 Lilith. You have an actual theory, Lilith being the Act 6 boss? Yeah, that could work. You love D3, especially murdering unicorns and teddy bears? Yeah, like, I liked D3 as a game, but I don't feel like it felt like a Diablo game. In the same way that I don't feel like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom feel like Zelda games. I think they're fine games, I just don't feel like they feel like Zelda games, you know? If that makes sense. Getting the damn cosmic wings in D3 cost you 1,800 hours? Dang. Sounds like I'm a hater? I'm not a hater. I think they're fine games. They just don't feel like Zelda to me. If I could play those games with a mouse and keyboard, I'd be all over that shit. Alright, what am I missing? Who's hiding? The Herodric hamburger? Maybe we can make one in the cube. Oh, there we go. It's right there. I sees it. Think they ruined D2R? I mean, how? They didn't change D2R. They added a new optional pack on top of it that if you don't want it, just don't get it. But I think it's fantastic. Alright, alright, alright. So if you really go into the lore of Lilith, she's the mother of Sanctuary. It makes it. Yeah, you're not wrong. And she was, she was in Diablo 2, kind of, sort of. Kind of, sort of. It was just a reskin of Andariel, but by name, she was in the game. So to have her, like, fully form as what we know as Lilith now could totally make sense. Is this Diablo Immortal? No. You're Diablo Immortal. Also, we do be Crab Raven. Oh boy. Because in D4 she was full-blown trying to take Sanctuary back so they could play on that. Yeah. I could get behind Lilith as an Act 6 boss for sure. Or, I guess that would also depend, is Act 6 the only one they're ever going to add, or do they want to keep it going? Feels so weird to pick up all gems now. What's known about Lilith and Inarius? Oh, wait. Is that Lucian? I don't know. I'm not a lore guy. The character doesn't feel like a D2 character. I mean, I think that's just based on 25 years of playing D2. But I feel like if you go, 10 years in the future and look back, like, it'll feel fine. Check the games list, and 98% of the players were Warlocks. I believe that right now. Do you think this character will ruin PvP? No. I think there's already plenty of busted builds. I mean, I'm not a big PvPer, but I don't think so. Like, there's some broken PvP builds already in this game. So, you're starting ladder as Warlock in hardcore? Nice. Hell yeah. Shit. People ruin PvP? People who fight other people ruin PvP. Got him. Okay. Hey, do we still have company exclusive games like Zelda? Oh yeah, the platform exclusives. Yeah, I mean, I would love a PC port with mouse and keyboard support of the newer Zelda games. I would play the shit out of those. I know you can do it modded. I might have tried it. Didn't feel the same. Not saying I've never PvP'd, but I just much more prefer PVM and D2. Same. I mean, I've been a PvE/PVM player forever. Yeah, I've tried it. It did not feel right. Like, I tried playing it with mouse and keyboard, and it didn't feel like how I wanted it to feel. It's been years, so maybe it's gotten better since then. I guess I could look into... Wait, what did PoE tweet? What would you say is the best way to farm high runes? Hold on. What is this tweet? They went blank. What does it mean? Interesting. Okay. So high runes. So you can do Countess to get up to what? I don't remember what the highest you can drop is. A lot of people do lower cross runs, but that's really not efficient unless you're in games with like a bunch of players. It's really more efficient offline. The best leveling for Warlock. So it seems like most people for leveling. So some people are using Eldritch build, some people are using Demon, but a lot of people are going either Fire build, just going like straight down here, or doing the Miasma stuff and going straight down here, like just picking one side of the Chaos tree. But a lot of people are figuring out a lot of cool shit. Running TZs or cows. Yeah, that's probably also true. Yeah, target farming high runes is definitely not... Like, target farming in general in D2 isn't really a thing the way that it is in, like, more modern games. Up to Paul? I think she can drop higher than Paul, can't she? Hell Countess rune drop. So her regular drop can go up to low, and then if she's terrorized... Or no, wait. Her regular monster drop can go up to low, but her dedicated rune drop can go up to ist. And then if she's terrorized, she can go higher, but... Which I guess now with the statue things, you could, like, force her to be terrorized. Okay. I didn't get my mercenary. In D4, because in D3, all drops everywhere. Yeah, in Diablo 2, there's really no target farming. In Diablo 3, there's minimal target farming. It's pretty random, with the exception of, like, the bounty caches. In Diablo 4, there's so much target farming that it really makes me sad. That's one of the things that I think was one of their mistakes. I hate target farming. Nisha's repeated that fact hundreds of times. Yeah. I can never remember for whatever reason. Like, I know that it's, like, around ist, but I always forgot that it was just... But yeah, the leveling speed and the target farming are the two things in D4 that I wish they would have never done. Like, I think that the original leveling speed was too slow, but I think they went way too far in the other direction.
Moo.
Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. What is this? Terrorized? Never experienced it? You're a D2R baby. So that was something that they added in D2R. I want to say it was like season 2 or something like that. They made it to where after you kill Bale on any difficulty, when you make a new game in that same difficulty, one zone is terrorized, which basically means that it has higher monster levels in certain zones. And so those monsters, they're more difficult, but they can also have better drops. They made some changes to it with this patch to where they rotate every 30 minutes and they have like different modifiers and stuff now. And then you can use a currency item to terrorize the entire act. Chicken Alfredo, I want some. You like D4, but just doesn't feel as rewarding as D2. I agree with that. I love D4, but I do think that D2 feels more rewarding. You get more dopamine from it too. Have I tried Grim Dawn? I have played Grim Dawn. I haven't played it all the way through. Every time I try to play it, I enjoy it, but I get so lost trying to figure out where to go in the campaign, and that ruins it a little bit for me. Does Warlock have a teleportability? Yes, kind of. Eldritch has Blade Warp, where you throw your weapon, and wherever your weapon lands, you teleport to your weapon, but it can't go through walls like teleport can. You found high runes in places people say they don't drop. You just have to... Yeah, it's pretty random. It's pretty random. No, I mean, they definitely do have a teleport ability. It's not quite teleport, but it's similar. It's more like a leap attack in that, like, you can travel long distances, you can clear gaps, but it doesn't go through walls. So it's teleport adjacent. So many hours in this game in early 2000s, same. I've been playing this game on and off since like right before Lord of Destruction came out, and yeah, it's so good. Cows technically the best because they have a chance of dropping runes, and there's just so many of them. It's not that they don't drop, it's that it hits the smallest part of the drop pool. I did say after I finish Bale, before I move on to Hell, I'm going to do some cows. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. So we need a leg. The O-Barb was fun. Yeah. I like the singer barbs. Ruh, 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 ruh. Have I, wait. I already answered that question. I said yes, I play Grim Dawn. But every time that I play it, I struggle with it because it's really confusing where to go in the campaign. But yeah. So remember the hype for the LOD expansion? Yeah. Like, LOD came out like a month or two after I discovered Diablo 2 for the first time. And so it was just like, I don't know, it was such a cool experience as a kid, teenager, whatever. Thought you were talking about another game. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so like I really was enjoying Grim Dawn. I was just getting so confused, so lost, like over and over. I'm like, wait, where do I go now? Like every 10 minutes. I wish they made that a little easier, and maybe they will with the expansion. I don't know. Like, I want to love it more than I do. Maybe I'm just big dumb. I don't know. Like, heaven's opening up for you, right? All right. Moo Moo. Needed to watch so many tutorials to finish it, but it was worth it. Yeah, I was thinking maybe next time I try it, I will like look up like a walkthrough or something. Because I would like to get through it at least once. Ooh. Actually, would that be good for you?
No.
Meh. Oh, he dead. He dead as fug. Not many games you turn on and the lobby is part of the awe-inspiring experience, right? Like, just the music gets you into D2 immediately. Like, it's so good. I just found an Eth Colossus Blade. Hell yeah. It's good for Zero Breath of Dying. Probably? I don't know. I feel like the Warlock is really slow cast rate for the spells to do damage. Yeah, the casts are slow, but they do a lot of damage. So that's kind of the trade-off, right? But they, like, clear a big area quickly, so I don't know. Is the Warlock going to be out for the next season? The Warlock's out now! Unless you're referring to D4, in which case, no, it's not going to be out until the expansion drops. Korun? Hell yeah. Moo? Okay, I'm kind of missing the insight right now. I might need to go get my mercenary. Already level 80? Nice, nice. Think it's gonna be crazy in D4? Yep. I've played it. It's pretty crazy. Can't wait to talk more about it. How many families can you feed with all the beef, right? Is there like the D2 version different for D4? Yeah, so Diablo 2, Diablo Immortal, and Diablo 4 all got the Warlock class. And the whole idea was that they wanted to show the evolution of the class over time. So this version is when the Warlock is just getting started. The Diablo 4 version is after it's been very, very experienced. Is kind of nuts. I know nothing about Diablo 3 currently, but I'm hoping that they do something eventually. McDonald's beef's coming from Diablo cow level? Probably. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Is there an MF build for Warlocks? I mean, anything can be an MF build if you try hard enough. Can I talk about weapons it can use? I can't talk about anything beyond I've played it. Almost 200 MF on your Warlock without even trying? What am I at? I have 160. D3 didn't age well. Guess they abandoned it? No. I mean, they still do new seasons every couple months. It's just like they're recycling old seasons, but they still do season resets. They just moved on to D4. Is the Fire Ring skill any good compared to Flame Wave? Early on, I was using the Ring of Fire pretty much, like, only. It is strong. I do feel like the Flame Wave is stronger. But until you get the Flame Wave juiced up, the Ring of Fire is pretty good. Like how all the Diablos have their own cult. They kind of do, don't they? I'm a proud member of all of them. Well, except for the Immortal cult. I'm not really like I don't hate on it as much as a lot of people do, but it is what it is. Can you play Immortal on PC? You can, yeah. They did add a PC client. It still feels like a mobile game, but you can do it. Should you play D2 if you hate yourself? Oh, especially if you hate yourself. Yeah, yeah. What weapon am I rocking? I'm using a leaf staff. I mean, if you hate yourself a little bit, you should play D2. If you hate yourself a lot, you should play PoE. You like that the Fire Ring has the knockback? Yeah, that is nice. You love my taste in music? Heck yeah. I think I get more follows because of my playlist than I do my gameplay. Thank you for the follow. The least worth it with all the sorcerer stuff on it? It's just for the 3 to fire skills. I mean, I'll definitely replace it eventually. Like a spirit would be better, but I just haven't cared that much. Since I seem to be doing just fine either way. Like that Griswold's in Act 1 in this. Nice throwback to D1. Yep. I do appreciate that like most of the Diablo games have had several throwbacks to the previous ones. Do you know if the new updated knives daggers can roll +3 to individual warlock skills? I haven't looked at them too much, so I'm not sure. Reason 1 to play Diablo, fun and enjoyment. Reason 2, you hate yourself. Pretty much. We just want the cow level in D4. Honestly, okay, for a long time, I've said they're probably waiting for the cow level until we get back to like the Westmarch Tristram area. However, in Lord of Hatred, we're getting the Herodric Cube. Maybe? In the more recent seasons, they did do that red portal event where you go to the 4 different altars and like sacrifice the different like organs to those altars, and then it opened up a red portal. Could that have been a tease to a cow level? Maybe. Daggers can get +3 on warlocks. Gotcha. You kind of cheated, brought some items over from older characters. I did bring over an Insight, and then I think the Inferno Strides. Oh, and one of the Nagel Rings. So I brought a couple things over, but I've mostly made all this stuff. You want D2 cows, not Whimsy Star? Yeah, I would love, like, I mean, Diablo 3 did have an actual cow level too, but it wasn't the same as D2. And I don't think that the D4 version is going to be just like D2, but I hope it's closer to D2 than D4. How do you handle all the fire immune mobs in hell? Your mercenary dies all the time, you can't do anything. So that is the tough part. One option that I've kind of been messing with is, which one is it? Blah, 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 blah. This one, the sigil rancor. You lay a sigil on the ground, and then enemies that go in it will start fighting each other, so you can get them to kill each other. But yeah, you're just gonna kind of have to get your mercenary a little tankier to deal with it, or respec. You can also just like use some of these guys and just kill very slowly. Even in D4, you go through places from D3, which is a nice mention. Yeah, like some of the overworld locations, like you can go to the Act 2 town from Diablo 3, and there's like a waypoint that doesn't work anymore and stuff. Like that was cool. How can you play and read all messages and answering? This is impressive. I've been doing it for what, 6 years. I've gotten better at it. Put 2 SOJs, Enigma, Shaco, Mara's, Hodo, Spirit Shield. Nice. All the good stuff. Or maybe this is pre-recorded footage. I don't know. It's not. Chicken Alfredo with bacon bits? That sounds good. Am I playing on... No, I'm on BattleNet. I only play on BattleNet. Pre-recorded? Tell me something to do, I'll do it. I'm gonna throw my belt on the ground. Riz AI, true. Beep, beep, boop, boop. Doesn't say enough slurs to be AI. Whoa, what is your AI saying? So I ain't got no legs. True.
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, this is I'm not AI. This is actually your guys' dream. All right. Do I have any spirit bases laying around? Maybe. Can you say what the Warlock and D4 base stat's gonna be? It's been debate amongst my group. I don't know if they've revealed that or not. It's probably what you think. I guess if there's a debate, that might not be the case. So never mind.
It's locked.
Can you have multiple skills on Q, or do you have to click them then cast? So with Diablo 2 Resurrected, they did add quick casting. So you can add buttons to hotkeys and just push that button to cast them immediately. For example, I bound my town portal to my T key, so I can just push it and it automatically town portals. Few of us say int, you're betting it's willpower. I think you would win that bet, Matt. Is that setting in the gameplay? Yeah, in options under gameplay, it is default or display active skill bindings, and then also quick cast skills. Yeah, I have an NDA. Yep. You miss instant town portal? I mean, it's pretty instant. Oh, you mean versus like other games? Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Good day.
There's a place of great
You've been unreasonably frustrated in D2 trying to go to town sometimes? Oh. Yeah, if you just bind, like, I mean, I don't know if you're playing controller or mouse and keyboard, but if you turn on quick cast and then change your binding, like I set it to my T key and then bound my town portal to skill 8 just by like hovering the town portal here and pushing the F8 key. And then when I push my T key, it just automatically opens a town portal. Oh, in D4.
Creatures of darkness shall
Yeah. So if you play hardcore, you can use Scrolls of Escape, although they're kind of rare. They weren't always so rare. But I used to have it bound to a... I used to have it bound to a key on my keyboard, so I would just slap it real quick, and it would be like an instant town portal. What kind of energy drink? So this is a Redcon 1 Baja Bomb, because it tastes kind of like Baja Blast. Pretty good. Your first play of D2R, you got to Dorian, but you gave up. Oh, wait, Dorian. Dorian? Who's Dorian? Deckard Cain? Completely wrong game question. Where do you get your mythics solo in D4 Hardcore? I mean, there's a lot of places that you can get them. You can get them from Asmodan in the current season. You can get them from all the layer bosses. You can get them from, you can get the sparks from the season journey and from killing Lilith and craft them yourself. Durian, not Dorian. I don't know who. Oh, Duriel. Duriel. I think Trav's the way to go for rune farming. Trav's not a bad place. Trav is really good for gold, and runes are decent. But yeah. I do recommend, if you like Baja Blast, it's pretty good. Doesn't taste exactly like it, but it's the closest I've found, and... Anyways. Oh yeah, when you're trying to town portal and they hit you and stop it, and then you try to cast again, they get you again. Yeah. Trav good for Horker Barb. True. True. All the fire immunes. Get him, Durga.
Thanks. I can't.
Heck. I want that too. For me personally, a big issue when you play D4 is you always struggle with healing in D2R. Wait. A big issue is when I play D4 a lot, I always struggle with healing in D2R. Oh, because you get used to the way that it is in D4? I gotcha, I gotcha. How's Warlock? It's definitely a little OP, but it's a lot of fun. The controls are so different, yeah. Plus Druid skill levels on a Dark Clan Crusher. I'm not going to make a Druid. I don't care. Now this Spirit Shroud, I wonder.
I'll put that to good use.
It would give you more defense.
I'll put that to good use.
Might be worth it.
Moo.
Thank you for the follow. Have I had any visual bugs? Nope. Not that I've noticed. There was, I guess, a very, very, very minor one when I was opening up the Durance of Hate from the Travancore. It was a little bit glitchy when it was opening the thing, but that was about it. Is the Warlock worth purchasing? So I can't answer that question for you. Everybody's, like, you know, 25 bucks is worth different amounts to different people. What I will say is I would have bought it even without the Warlock class, just because of all the quality of life stuff and the new stuff they added into the game. I think it's fantastic, and the fact that the game is in active development again means that there's a possibility, if it does well, of getting more stuff in the future, like a full expansion with like new acts and like new spells for all the classes, which would be really cool. So I think it's worth it. I know how hard they've been working on it, so for me, yes.
What can I do for you?
Bow, 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 bow. Can't wait for the new willpower-based Warlock in D4. They should have added the Warlock to D3 also. I would not be surprised if we do eventually get updates to D3 as well. It would have been cool to get the Warlock there too, but like I'm guessing they just didn't have the manpower to add it to all of their games. Any new green sets? Yeah, there's 2 new green sets for the Warlock. There's a leveling one and there's an endgame one. It kind of feels like they're both leaned towards like the Eldritch playstyle though. D3's in maintenance end of life right now. So was D2 for a long time though.
Another den of evil.
Like for like many years we weren't getting anything for D2. And then all of a sudden So I would not say it's not possible. Rather have it Warlock on D3 than Immortal? I agree. I would have rather had it in D3 also, but Immortal makes them way more money, so I understand why they did it the way that they did it. Okay, you really need to focus on this guy. Come on, Durga, get him. This guy, right here. Durga, this guy. Get him. Okay, good. Does Apocalypse break fire resistance? I don't think it breaks them, but it does lower them. So if they're immune, it's not going to work. But if they just have high resistance, then yeah, it will help. Immortal's such a pay-to-win game? Yeah, it's yeah. You also have Durga? Hey, give me my Durga back. Probably took Immortal and D4 skin sales to fund D2? Possibly.
Greetings.
I am curious how big the Legacy team working on D2 is. I know of 2 people working on it. I assume there's more than that, but I know of 2. There would be at least a dozen? That's what I'm thinking. They probably hired some people. Which makes me think they're not going to hire a team just to do one patch and then never do anything again. So I do expect that we probably will get more. And I'm just hoping we get something at BlizzCon. And as someone going to BlizzCon, that's exciting. They definitely teased it. That we're getting big stuff at BlizzCon. Should have had the Warlock summon the Butcher in D2 since he's not a boss in it. That's what we were talking about, like if they were to add a new act, who would be the Butcher, or who would be the new end boss of the act? And I was saying it could be the Butcher, although people were saying that it probably should be a bigger boss since like the Butcher doesn't really isn't like a prime evil or a lesser evil or anything. Although the Butcher could be like a midway boss maybe. When's BlizzCon? September? I want to say like September 12th and 13th or something like that. It's earlier this year than it normally is. And I'll be there. And I'm excited. Big boss could be another corrupted angel. Yeah. That's also possible. I think a lot of us were feeling like Lilith could be an option too, since she was in the game but just reskinned, like a reskinned Andariel. Maybe they could actually bring in like the D4 Lilith. That would be kind of crazy. Like an earlier version of her, like a younger version or something. Kodak? Like Bobby? Nah. I mean, I wouldn't mind killing him, but I don't want him in the game. What the fuck is that? What was that?
No.
Thank you for the follow. Oh, was that just lingering? Oh, it's just, yeah, it's just lingering from that. Weird. I never noticed that before. Tried to look online, can't find any. You wonder if they added them to game credits. Oh, the developers?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Happy with the longer Act 4. I definitely would love to see them finish Act 4. Like add 3 more quests or whatever. A couple new side zones. That would be sick.
No.
Thank you guys for the follows. Appreciate it. Yeah, these fire immunes are not my friend. I've been trying this game since last night. It's growing on me. Don't have a lot of AoE feel as an assassin. Maybe that improves later on. Are you doing martial arts? Yeah. Yeah, I feel like traps are definitely going to have more AoE because they just kind of go everywhere. Like I remember like they have like a flame blast thingy that's pretty good with AoE, but if you want to go purely martial arts until you get like higher stuff, like the finishers going and stuff, not as much. It's been a long time since I played Assassin though, so I don't remember everything that they had. I don't remember their whole toolkit. Got Cobra Strike, which at least gives me life and Mana Steel. Nice. Alright, alright. Get the shamans. Get the shamans. Yeah, traps are pretty OP. If I remember right, I used to do like fire traps while leveling up and then eventually switch to Death Sentry later on. I want to say there's like a wake of something that's pretty good. It does like a V of flame. It's kind of like this, honestly. Pee-wee's Explosive Concoction. I never played much with those. Oh, that's cold immune. I can kill that. Hello! What did I miss? 3 dudes? Oh, probably up here. Do I plan to respec for hell? Probably. But I don't know what I want to do yet. Giving you major nostalgia? Holy crap. Hell yeah. There's only one dude up here. Question for the group, because we're all curious. Do all guys like banana bread? Fuck yeah, dude. As a fire warlock, can you also summon minions or only fire skills? You can if you put points in it. So you just put your points wherever you need to. So I went mostly fire, but if I wanted to put points in demon, I could. I actually think my next 4 points might go towards binding a demon. Or maybe I respec into it, I don't know. I could use my nightmare respec maybe. Banana work at bread? Hell yeah. Someone said banana bread? Yeah, he sure did. Hell yeah. Do you know if Fire Blast in Assassin's Trap scales off actual weapons or the skill itself? I think just the skill itself plus fire damage, but I'm not entirely sure. My mechanical knowledge of this game is rusty. Yeah, it might be worth respecking. I could just get a goat, man. Neighbors made us some banana bread and it slaps. All the husbands were talking about how we all like banana bread. Yeah, I remember one of my old boss, his wife used to make banana bread and he would bring it in to us. Either banana or pumpkin sometimes. But would bring us like a little mini loaf like once a year, twice a year. And every time I would just like devour that shit. So where am I going to put this? I'll put it on F2. Go! It's a good game, you just appeal to more modernized graphics. Fair. I mean, this game looks a lot better than it used to, that's for sure. Is Warlock OP so far? A little bit. It's definitely strong. It's not like crazy broken, but it is definitely strong. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it here. That way I can just go boop. Is Leaf good for Warlock if you just started normal mode? I'm in hell and I'm still using my Leaf. Mostly because I've just been too lazy to make a Spirit. But yeah, no. Leaf is strong. Does it have some wasted stats? Absolutely, but it's cheap as shit. Yeah, this is Hell Act 1. Would Spirit not be better? Oh, I mean, you can do Spirit on a sword and a shield. This or Diablo 4? Yes. I really enjoy both games. If I had to pick one to play for the rest of my life, like as they are currently today, I would have a very hard decision. I think I would probably pick D2, but I really like both. Non-Diablo question, why do so many streamers hate the WoW Panda expansion and Cataclysm? Have you met the internet? People hate on everything. I don't know. I think Cataclysm was the beginning of the modernization of WoW to where it just feels like everything is like way easier until you get to like endgame raiding and stuff, and it started kind of to devolve away from like the classic MMO style more into like the modern game feel. But I don't know. I enjoyed it. Do you need a spirit shield? Are you asking if I want one? I don't need one, and I'll make one eventually. I probably could mule one over to myself if I wanted to, but I'm just kind of chilling. I'm kind of treating this as if it was a ladder start, trying not to get like take too much shit. If you watch other streamers and they talk about WoW, they immediately throw those two under the bus. Yeah, I don't know. Like, honestly, most people's opinion is that Wrath of the Lich King was the best the game's ever been, and that was my least favorite expansion. It's not because the expansion was bad, though. It's just because of what was happening in my life at the time. I didn't enjoy it the same way other people did. So, I don't know. I think it's all subjective. You love Burning Crusade? Burning Crusade was probably my favorite. But that's also when I had the most free time, so that makes sense. Randy. Like Wrath of the Lich King, but you think it was also the start of WoW's true downfall? Really? I feel like most people feel like that was Cataclysm, because that's when they changed all the skill trees and stuff and simplified everything, but I have heard some people say that Lich King was also the start of it. What up, Mango? How you doing? Yeah, I don't know. I think people can find good and bad in everything these days. When they added the Death Knight, what the hell? Huh. Playtest over. What the hell was that? Chilling on some ice? Uh-oh. Crusader was the same problem in D4 at first. Two-handed weapon and a shield. You mean in D3? Oh, you're fishing. Okay. I thought maybe you just hurt your ass or something. I like how I'm not contributing to this fight at all. Just kind of chilling. The real Warlock strat. Just wait. Winter's kind of over? Is that happy time or sad time? I don't know. Alright, new stats. Boom, 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 boom. Tainted. We'll go. See how this is. Get him. Oh, that's fire damage too, ain't it? Can't be any worse than the last 6 weeks. Feels over. It was like -20 forever. Damn. Can't decide between starting D2 or D4. What's more fun? If you've only played 3, I think you're going to feel more comfortable in 4. So if you want something that feels familiar, play D4. If you want something that feels different, play D2. Paladin D4, often too just standing in the middle doing aura, and you think it's called consecration. Wolves doing the rest. Yeah, I didn't do the whole Oradan thing because I like actually playing my character. So I just went Blessed Hammer on my Paladin. But I know a lot of people like the Oradan playstyle. Let's go find the Blood Raven. You want something superior? Play PoE 1 or 2? I mean, I wouldn't call it superior necessarily. It depends on what you enjoy out of the games. I think PoE 1 and 2 are both great, but everybody has different likes and dislikes, so I don't know. Some people like the simplicity of Diablo, whereas a lot of people like the complexity of PoE. They're both good. Think if switching auras is more involved than spamming hammers? You think switching auras is more involved than spamming hammers? I mean, are you switching auras? I don't know. From what I heard, you could basically AFK and just destroy everything. Play Duke Nukem forever? Hell yeah. Talk about Hammerdens? They were talking about D4 builds. Think Fire Slap's better than the Abyss or what? Not necessarily. It's just what I started with, and I've been kind of rocking it since and haven't felt the need to switch. But now that I'm in Hell, it's definitely going to be interesting, so we'll see what happens.
Undead make for such poor servants.
Hello? Okay. Like, where is she? superior mesh belt.
May your madness have a swift end.
Hell already? Yeah. We just got to hell.
Well, I can. It is. Good day.
Do 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 do. Boop. Boop. Want to let you know that you applied to my D4 clan? Hell yeah. Next time I'm on, I'll definitely try to remember to accept that. What weapons Warlock use? I mean, in this game, you can pretty much use anything that's not class-specific weapon type, as long as you have the stats for it. But they do start with a dagger. D2 is a masterpiece. You've never given another game that title. It's super good. Want to buy Wizard Spike? Yeah, Wizard Spike would be good.
No.
Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Game got remastered after 20 years, continues to gain traction. Yeah, I mean, when they drop like a whole new major update to it and add a new class after 25 years, pretty crazy. Who saw that coming? The cave. Downloading D2 right now. What class would be good for first try out? You don't have the Warlock expansion. So if you've never played it before, that's going to be a tough question to answer. I would say it really depends on what playstyles you tend to enjoy in games. Press R. I like walking. It's fun. Not Barb. Yeah, Barb might be a tough start. I didn't even realize I was walking. How long was I walking for? What a dummy. Like, I usually like Sork, but Sork is going to be weird because, like, the early game, you're definitely very mana hungry. Necro's not a bad choice. Assassin could be good. Druid could be good. I don't know. Amazons are pretty good. Paladins are pretty good. Just try them all. Yeah, I mean, that's one nice thing is, like, you know, when you make a character, you're not locked into it. So try them all, get to, like play them all through level 5 or whatever, and then try a different one if you're not feeling it. I will say, what? How did I just cast that portal? I don't know. But yeah, like, all the classes are going to have issues early on with mana. And you're going to be juggling a lot of potions and stuff. And that's going to kind of determine real quick whether or not you enjoy the game. Why am I just randomly casting... Oh, because I somehow switched this. I understand. I understand. How did that happen? I guess I probably just mouse wheeled and didn't realize it. Warlock summons are super strong early game with a few skill points. Yep, yep. I did find that they kind of fell off a little bit towards the end of normal into Nightmare, but Sork's probably the easiest start. Sork is the easiest start. I feel like Sork's an easy start once you know what you're doing, but I don't know if it's an easy start if you don't know the game yet. I'm not sure. Maybe? Like a charge bolt Sork would probably be pretty solid. What build? I am just doing like a chaos fire build. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it, but static field's going to help the most. Static is helpful for sure. Not easiest, squishy, and mana dependent. Yeah, that's definitely true also. Yeah, I don't know what would be the best like beginner friendly build. Honestly, it's not like a super beginner friendly game in general. At first, it is going to be a struggle for most people, I think, until you understand how the game works. And the game doesn't do the greatest job teaching you everything. That said, still super fun. Paladin is probably one of the better starters, just because they're so versatile. AK gloves. Barb is slow. Yeah, Barb is going to be a rough one. Like, I really would not mind if they took inspiration from PD2 and added splash damage to melee attacks. That would help the Barb out a ton. Best beginner build is Barb or Druid? I would say Druid, not Barb. Is it worth buying the new expansion on PS5? I think it's worth it, but you know, you got to do what's right for your money. But I would have bought it no matter what. Like I'm super into it. You can only off meta Sork in D4. Actually, you only really like off meta everything, to be honest, except Necro Mages a couple seasons ago. Yeah, I could see that. Barb uses shield, sword and board. Barb is awesome. It's just very slow, and the single target is very clunky in this game. Necro's a safe choice for early tanking with summons. Yeah, I can see that. Sork for movement early game. Lightning's on for raw damage. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to answer. It really just depends on what you enjoy. So, it's not like a one-size-fits-all. What level? I am 60.
The Order welcomes you.
Heard people say that PoE 2 is more friendly than 1. I do agree with that. So, like, I feel like learning the systems is more approachable because there isn't as much in PoE 2 as there is in PoE 1 yet. I feel like once they get more in it, it would probably be similar. I do feel like the combat itself, like the bosses, are more difficult in PoE 2, but I think both of them are great games. They're a lot of fun. Loving your summon lock? Hell yeah. Trap Assassin's awesome. Yeah, Trap Assassin's really good. Yeet. Yeet. Been destroying everything with the Smith from Act 1. Nice. Yeah, I'm working on getting Bind Demon. I'm a couple points away from it. 2 points away from it. I could have respec, but I'm like, yeah, I'll just wait a couple levels. It'll be fine. Hephaestus. Yeah, I don't know who I'm going to get yet. It's going to feel like collecting Pokemon. You made a Zon, it felt really slow. You hated having to walk everywhere while your sorceress teleporting instantly through walls. That is the benefit of Sorceress, which is why a lot of people do start with a new season with Sork for like their Magic Find character and then build other characters afterwards. That said, like, low level teleporting is kind of rough because like you get it at 18, but it costs like half your mana, so you're like just chugging potions to use it. But yeah, it is a little broken. But I think one of the things that makes this game so good is the imbalance between classes. And are you over-leveled level 22 in Act 2 on normal? I mean, over-leveled based on what? Are you having fun? I don't know. I don't remember what level I was when I got to Act 2. It's probably a little over, but if you're having fun, who cares? I think I probably finished Act 1 at like 16 or 18, something like that, but I don't remember. You like this game because you don't do a trillion damage, you can wrap your head around. Yeah, the difference between additive versus everything being multiplicative makes a huge difference. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna run through this area because I can't kill shit here. So many fire immunes. Oh, I did the thing again. Now that you're in hell, you got some magic find items. You just farm Pindle Skin and cows. Yep, yep. My Goatman died. You don't want to one-shot everything just yet? Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember what level like the different zones are like intended to be. Am I pure fire or just fire trait? I am pretty much fire. I do have the summon Goatmen and a few points into Miasma Bolt, but I'm mostly fire. So now that I'm in hell, it's a little bit of a struggle, but we're getting through it, slowly but surely. Barbs can jump over gaps, but like, well, like the little walls, yeah, but not like big walls. Like it's not as good as like a Sork teleport, but yeah. I think that the Warlock, like the knife throw teleport thing, is similar to like a charge attack, leap attack, that's the one. One more level. Miasma or summon build? I'm going fire and starting to pick up summons. But I don't know what's better. I wonder.
I can't use that yet.
What is he missing? The 210 strength. Yep, that's beefy. Well, I do have a spirit here. I just need more strength to wear it. Ah! 43 strength. Nice. That'll help. Echoing Strike build is pretty good. Oh, that build is crazy strong. We have another question. So you picked up Word's Leg during Act 1, and you can't drop it into your personal stash. Why is that? It's a special gimmicky item. I don't really know why. But there are certain items that you just can't put in the personal stash. I think you can... I don't know. I don't know why they did that, to be honest. Ugh. Oh boy. Okay. Uh-huh. That's a lot of dudes.
Good evening.
Yes?
Yeah, it's like I'm kind of tempted to respec, but I also don't want to burn all my respecs if I don't have to. So I'm like, can I get through it? Maybe. Oh, is it the shared one you can't put it in? I don't remember. Sounds right. Heck, my mercenary just got flattened.
The Sisterhood welcomes you.
The Order welcomes you.
This will be fine. This will be fine. Dang, he died quick. Oh god. This is stupid. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for the follow.
Move. Moo 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 moo.
Thank you for the follow.
Moo moo moo.
I think one of those was just delayed. That was weird. Oh, they both died. Heck. Okay, okay.
I am overburdened.
The Sisterhood welcomes you.
Okay. We should probably get the waypoint. Oh, wait. Did I get it? I see it there. I don't know if I got it or not. I sees it. Almost 10 p.m. for you, so I haven't figured out what you want to eat for dinner. Beans. Is Warlock officially the best class? The best class is the one that you enjoy the most. It's good though. It's strong.
Greetings.
Started hardcore Warlock earlier, died on Nightmare Diablo, had a nasty lag spike. Oof. Sorry to hear that. That's our hardcore character too, but you'll be salty when you die. I do like doing hardcore, but in this game it can be brutal. Like, in D4 I don't mind it because of how fast leveling is and stuff. I guess you can get like rushed and stuff in this game, but I don't really like doing that. Okay, summon my goat. Yeah, this is the Warlock class. Yup. Leave me alone.
Hello.
Okay. Oh god. Oh god.
Greetings.
Yes?
Don't have beans? Guess you go with cheeseburger? Well, cheeseburger sounds pretty good too. I'll allow it.
Moo.
Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
Moo.
This
Thank you for the follow.
happens when half measures are taken ridiculous.
When does the Warlock hit D4? April 28th with the Lord of Hatred expansion.
Yes?
Okay.
You have
Alright, we saved Kane. I'm gonna go back to Nightmare. Not Catacombs. Let's see, we're at 3 1/3 bars. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Does the new Diablo hoodie, which isn't a hoodie, fit Riz? I saw your post on X about it. Yeah, I haven't tried it on yet. But yeah, I pulled it out, I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, that's a sick hoodie. Oh wait, there's no hood on here. Still sick though. Like the material feels super comfortable. Hey, what up, Niggles? 80, holy moly. AOE and Warlocks are too much compared to others. I mean, there's a bunch of characters who have really good AOE, but it is pretty strong. I would not be surprised if they tone it back a little bit.
good afternoon.
Why does a hoodie feel so much better than a sweater? I don't know. It's just something about that hood. Just it's like a safety blanket or something. I don't know. Like I can't remember the last time I just wore a sweater. Where you farm item? Wait, where you farm from items or runes? The whole game. Just do whatever you enjoy. Wish they added more maps. So now that this is out, I think if this does well, there's a very, very, very good chance that they will add more content, like potentially even a full expansion with a new act. If this does well. Like just a sweater and nothing else? It's not how you wear sweaters, friend? No, 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 no. I'm not Winnie the Pooh in it over here. Definitely made it sound like I was. I mean, I'm not wearing it at all. But like, I don't know the difference between a sweater and a hoodie. I don't know. I like my hoodies.
Good afternoon.
Sweater does that have more defense and more cold resist? You mean hoodie? Yeah, yeah. That's funny.
Salutations.
You don't own a single sweater? You do own like 18 hoodies though? Yeah, same. Sweaters are usually knit from wool or yarn. Hoodies are more smooth cotton fabric. I mean, the sweater that I got, I'm pretty sure it's more of a smooth material. So I don't know. Like I know what you're talking about. I don't know if there's like a different name for. I don't know. Going back to Switch D2R. Gotcha. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I do have an ugly Christmas sweater that's Donkey Kong themed. That's very much like the knit together. Can't see legs because he's Winnie the Pooh in it. Hell yeah, Donald Duck in it. Crystal sword. Hobbita, 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 hobbita. You have an ugly Christmas sweater that's Zelda themed with the Hylian shield? Hell yeah. I need one of them. Can we share? Oh, hi. What up, Psychosa? What am I farming? Experience at the moment. I'm just trying to get a quick level. Gotta take Pup out before the rain gets worse? Ooh. Do it!
Salutations.
Is this the Warlock class? Sure is. What level? I am 61. Any new runes? Nope.
No.
So this isn't really like a full expansion. It's like a mini expansion or a major update. But if they do ever add like an actual full expansion, then I can see them maybe adding runes. Maybe. Although, would they be after Zod? How would they balance that? I don't know.
Good afternoon.
Maybe not. That could be weird. As you remember, level 60 plus needs to run bail runs on Hell. Yeah, I'm not really doing bail runs because I'm just going solo, but that you can do that. Did they add new gear? They did add new uniques, new set items, and new rune words. Yep. Amulets.
Salutations.
What do you think of the new class? It is a little OP, but it's not like so grossly OP that it feels like Spiritborn did back in Diablo 4 Season 6. It's just like a little strong. Definitely needs some tuning, but it's fun. It still has to deal with immunities and stuff just like everybody else. Well, depending on what build you're playing. What do you think about the runes in D4 right now? You feel like they're way too strong? More subtle would be good? I feel like I don't like D4 runes at all, and I wish they would have gone with a system more like D2, but I'm also biased. Thank you for the rose! Bow, 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 bow. What's biased? Like, I played so much Diablo 2 when I was younger that I'm not, like, that's just, that this is how I have always seen runes. Whereas in D4, it doesn't feel like the same system. It feels like they're runes by name only. You honestly have no idea how runes work in D4? You just socket an up one and a down one together, and they make a thingy. I have a concept in mind that doesn't matter. Yeah, like, runes in this game were runes for so long, and then the Diablo 4 version just feels very, very different, so it's not the same. Yeah, the if-then system, yeah. Yep. The cause and effect.
Hello.
Boop. Alder's Advance. Them are nice boots. Alright, so... Oh, wait.
Moo!
Oh, I didn't realize that... Shit! I didn't realize that was a prerequisite. For whatever reason, that arrow just blended in for me. That moo was aggressive. That's a good moo. All right, so I guess we gotta get 3 more levels, or do I just respec it? I don't know. Could also try the echoing strike thing. Oh no. Not a big fan of runes in D4 either. Just kind of a mess system. Yeah. Like, I don't hate them, but they're not exciting. Recommend magic or summons for hell. Yeah, I'm working on getting this guy, but I didn't realize these were a prerequisite for it, so I'm like, ah. You think D2 giving us the cube early is one of the best things they did? The cube was great. Yep. I really hope that the D4 cube is good. I'm actually working on a video talking about it right now that I'm excited to put out. Now the D4 key is kind of limited by what's been done. The D4 key? Wait, what? Oh, the cube? From what we've seen, the cube definitely feels like it's a hybrid between the Roderick cube and the Kanai's cube. I hope it's good. Yeah, the reworked skill trees are going to be a big step in the right direction. D4 doesn't feel like Diablo anymore. I feel like D4 feels a lot more like Diablo than D3 did. I can tell you, Quigs, from what we've seen so far, there's a couple recipes in the D3 or the D4 cube that definitely make me think it's going to stand apart from the D3 cube. If you really look at what they showed, there's some interesting recipes in there. And I'm working on a video that breaks it all down, but if you want to do some digging, you'll probably find it.
Moo.
Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Your question is, why didn't Diablo 3 get any love? I think it's just a manpower issue. They decided that Diablo 2 hasn't gotten an update in many, many, many years, and that's the game that's generally, like, the most beloved of the Diablo games. People love D3 also, but I think it's just they had to choose their battles, and I think D2 was the one who got it this time, and maybe we'll get D3 stuff later on. Maybe D1 stuff and D3 stuff. We also have a big announcements coming at BlizzCon, so maybe something there too. Who knows? You hear D2 is Quigs' favorite? We got to convert him. D4 is current. D2 has the cult following. D3 is just kind of, yeah, it's just kind of in between, kind of in limbo. And D3 does get, like, they are recycling the seasons and stuff. So, like, even though it's not new content, it still feels fresher than what we were getting in D2. Blizz hates D3. I promise you they don't. I mean, some of them might, but as, like, a general sentiment, I don't think they do. I'm hungry though, so I'm gonna go. Maybe I'll come back later. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I need food. So, hope you guys have a good Sunday. I'll catch you later.